demonstrate respect and confront reality and talk straight and clarify expectations. You'll often just hear it in our language around the organization.
Yeah.
Matt, I'm very curious of your answer, because in theory, it should be even harder for you to get honest feedback and more direct feedback, being a foreigner, being someone who's not born into the Filipino culture. So please answer from your perspective.
Then let's add into the fact that I walk into the office and I'm 6'2", so all of a sudden the risk is that you can be seen as a dominating type figure, right?
Yeah,
so with that at risk, it's even more imperative for me to create a foundation where people can communicate, because even if we just go with just the hierarchical difference from the culture that I'm from, that alone is like a very big gap to overcome. And it's like, well, how do you set the stairs, if you will, or the ladder against that to allow someone to get to a level where you feel like you can actually have a conversation and be peers? And that's the level. And if it's one thing to say, oh, well, just give me feedback, I'll take it. And naturally, as Anders said, if we don't respond well in the moment, even a micro expression, because you're caught off guard, that could be enough to actually set someone off from feeling like, oh, maybe this isn't safe to give the feedback. Yep. And so there's one framework that's been really useful, I think foundation for us, and it's the 13 behaviours of trust. It actually comes from Stephen M.R. Covey's Leading at the Speed of Trust. And
yep.
These 13 behaviours are words really that start to give us some structure. And some of these are things like demonstrate respect and confront reality and talk straight and clarify expectations. You'll often just hear it in our language around the organisation, because someone will say, hey, Matt, can I talk straight to you? And I'll say, yes, I'd love that. And that's more powerful than saying, can I be honest with you? Because sometimes, like, may I be honest with you? It's like, does that mean you're not being honest the rest of the time? And so by actually shifting that word away and giving us some new language to talk, creates those stepping stones, or the ladder or the stairs, if you will. So I'd certainly say, those 13 behaviours. It was actually, as soon as COVID hit, the first thing we did was stopped and did a full retraining session with all the team around it, so that we'd have some language while going into a time of high ambiguity, uncertainty. I don't know if anyone else did this, but I lived in the office for the first 55 days of COVID, and it was stopping because we thought it was going to be 2 weeks in Cebu, and it turned a very long time. And so that really set the stage, and we continue to use it on a daily basis so that people can feel safe when communicating.
Thank you so much, Matt.